Welcome back, everybody. It's that time of year again. We're going to be doing our top 5 videos. So this time it's going to be the top 5 pieces of gear. And to be considered, the review would have to be published in 2018. So I have a bunch of stuff in right now that you guys have probably seen on the channel, but there aren't full reviews of it yet. Those hopefully will be published in 2019, but they're not eligible for today's video. The items are not in any particular order. Basically, I went through all 154 videos or whatever that I put up this year on the main channel. That's not counting the B channel on Facebook. Went through all those videos and kind of listed out the top 5. And it's always hard, guys. There's always ones that you think should make it or, you know, what you want to include. But we'll go through them here in no particular order. First up is going to be the primary arms 1 to 6. This is the ACSS Raptor. And what's different about this than any of the other low-power variable optics that primary arms has done in the past is that this is a first focal plane one. All the ones they had done previously, I should say rather, have been 34mm tubes and 1 to 8. So this is a 1 to 6 lighter with a 30mm tube. And I know a lot of people really like the first focal plane optics. You know, there's pros and cons to that with the low power variables, and I'll probably end up doing a full video on that topic one day. But the reticle is usable throughout the range of magnification. And one thing that differentiates this versus some of the other ones, and even the 3rd gen, which is the current ones of the 1 to 6, you know, ACSS line, is that this one has better glass than those. And the reason they had to actually get better glass and ended up charging up a little bit more as well is that the first focal plane, to get it to work in a 30mm tube and not have like crazy narrow fields of vision and all that stuff, fields of view rather, you need to have better glass. So this, if you were just to take everything else out and look through this and then look through the regular Gen 3, this one's going to look a little bit cleaner, have better edge-to-edge clarity. And you know, their Gen 3s are pretty darn good too. So to say that and then to say that this is better is saying something. It's pretty darn nice. And these things, I think regular price are like $399. Which is crazy because you get, like I said, very good glass first focal plane. It still has the ACSS style reticle in there, the Raptor, and it's auto-ranging BDC. There's, in my opinion, in terms of BDC optics, there aren't better ones than the stuff that Dimitri over there at Primary Arms is designing. They're very well thought out, and they perform as advertised. So that is certainly a good thing. I should also point out that if you guys are watching this on Facebook or Full30 or anywhere like that, you guys should see a link down below in the video description to this. That will get you a free mount as well. Primary Arms has reinstituted that program for the channel, so we appreciate that. Just getting you guys a little bit something extra here for viewing on the channel. But yeah, I think these are awesome. Like I said, just an excellent value for what you get, and they're hard to beat if you want a first focal plane optic that's under 500 bucks. That's going to be a low power variable. It's pretty darn nice. All right, next piece of kit, maybe you guys probably didn't see coming, but I'll explain why here in just a minute. These are the Walker's Razor Bluetooth. So the Walker's Razors have been around forever. They've been around probably since 2015, 2014, and in 2017 they introduced the Bluetooth model, and these also have quad speakers, or rather input microphones, if that's the right word I'm looking for, to give you better situational awareness as well versus the Razors. But they have Bluetooth, which gives you the ability to answer phone calls on them, to listen to music when you're at the range and all that stuff. And I really like that because when I'm out at the range, I'm usually out there for 7-8 hours at a time shooting 15 to 20 guns all day long. It's hard work, right? But so to have Bluetooth and be able to listen to stuff rather than just the sound of my own voice as I'm ranting is excellent. So I really do like that. They have actually come out with currently their XL version of these, and the big difference between the two, and I will do a review on it, so stay tuned, is that these don't have digital sound. So it's analog, and the new ones do. It's digital. It's a much cleaner and much crisper sound. However, these ones are lighter, more compact. They still fold up, and they're less expensive as well. I've been running just rechargeable AAAs with them, and I've never had any issues in terms of function. And for me, they sound just fine, give you great hearing protection, good seal. They have a great headband. There's not too much to complain about there. And again, they're at a very good price point. And I really like the Bluetooth. I do. Now that I have it, it's like, it hurts me not to have it, if you will, emotionally out there on the range. So next up is going to be this little guy right here. Small guy, but big performer. It's the Streamlet MicroStream USB. So this one here gives you 250 lumens. Like I said, it's obviously rechargeable here through the little port. And the big thing about this is just the size and output. I mean, it's got a very usable pocket clip. It's so small. It's so tiny. It's like the Ruger LCP of the flashlight world. And the Coyote models, for those that didn't watch my original video, these ones will give you high output first and then low. So it's high-low. All the other ones are going to be low then high. So I think they make them in black, red, and blue. Those are low first, then high. This one's high first, which I really like for any sort of tactical type of use. It's just awesome. And again, just like some of the stuff we talked about earlier, the price point just makes it so attractive. I mean, these are like, if you look around or if you check the link down in the video description below, it should be like 30 bucks. How can you beat that? My wife doesn't care about flashlights at all, and she steals these from me. So that's saying something. That's a big endorsement there. Next up, we have another Willpower variable optic, but it's very different than what you guys saw there with the Raptor. This is a Trijicon decog. It is a 1:6 scope as well. But for those of you guys who watch the channel, you guys know I like ACOGs. I'm a big fan of them, and there's a couple reasons for that. Number one is bomb-proof durability. I like things that work before everything else, right? So any kind of potential failure point, I tend to find them, and it tends to happen to me, I think. I think Murphy is strong with me. So having super durable, super rugged stuff is something that I do like, and this falls in that category just like the ACOGs. However, it gives you the ability to dial in your magnification with this ring back here, of course, 1:6, like I said. And it also doesn't use traditional scope rings. It uses a TF51 base that it comes with from the factory. I put the Geissele Super Precision one here, and that just eliminates another variable, right? So you don't have a problem with your rings breaking, coming loose, anything like that. This is about as unlikely to come loose as possible. It's all molded into the body. All you're going to do is Loctite these screws down, which I do recommend. Loctite them down, clamp it on your rifle rather, and go to work. It takes a AA battery, so unlike ACOGs, it is not dual illuminated with a tritium and fiber optic. You can actually control the illumination as you need to throughout the day as the lighting conditions change and as your preferences change. It has the same HD glass that you're going to see on ACOG, so the same type of clarity that you can come to expect from those. It's there. There's a ton of different reticle options. This one here has the BDC with the 5.56 on there, and really I just love it. It's not new or anything like that. These have been out for a few years now, but I just published the review there in 2017. And I think it's a top contender. It's not inexpensive. If you guys follow me over on Facebook, get the codes and all that stuff. These are generally going to be found from about $1,400 to $1,600. So it's expensive. It's definitely the most expensive thing on our top 5 list, but I think it's awesome. If you have the money for it, it's definitely one I would take a good hard look at. And I'm about to offend a bunch of people here. But so this year I also published the Vortex Razor Gen 2E. 1:6, and that's a good scope. It's an awesome scope. Recommend it for sure. But if I had to take one, sort of a go-to-war type scenario, I would pick this one just because of the rugged durability that it has. I'm not saying the Vortex isn't durable. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm just saying this thing, I don't know how you can be more durable and have a low power variable optic. The way the body's designed, everything, it's just super, super durable, ruggedized, 7075 housing, made in America, all those sorts of fancy things. But it's an awesome, awesome optic for sure. All right, so last optic there, for those of you guys that aren't into that. And the last item that is going to be on the top 5. This is actually my current primary home defense rifle. And as you can see, it's mounted on there. It's going to be the Surefire dual fuel light here. It's a 1500 lumen output light. It fits all the different scout mounts out there. So which one do we have on there? We're using the Arasaka mount for M-LOK attachments, and it's awesome. So like we just said, 1000 lumens. Now, some people compared it to the M600, which has been out forever, and I did as well in the video. And one thing they were complaining about was the throw wasn't quite as good, or rather, wasn't dramatically improved, I should say, to say it better. However, you get way better candela, and this also gives you, you get way better flood. If I could speak, that'd be great. But then you also have the ability here with the dual fuel to run an 18650 battery, which is huge. So for a lot of guys who are doing a lot of training, night training, or just use their stuff at night a lot, you can pop that rechargeable in there and not have to worry about the cost of CR123A batteries, which are certainly expensive if you use them a lot. Now, like I said in the video, if you're just going to have it kind of like sitting in the corner and not using it a ton, I'd probably go with the 2 CR123As. simply because those don't lose charge like rechargeable batteries do. And they also kind of dim before they go out, whereas rechargeable batteries tend to, lithium-ion rechargeable batteries rather, tend to just go out, which is not good on a home defense rifle. You want to have some sort of warning. Yeah, it's a great light. It's expensive. It's not super expensive though. It's not like a VCOG expensive, but it's more expensive than some of the other like similar offerings from Streamlight, but I think it's awesome, and it's also just a good sign that Surefire is kind of like moving forward with technology. People always accuse them of being behind the curve, and that may be true in terms of technology. However, it's for good reason. Surefire wants to put stuff out that they know will work and will work every time, and that you can depend and stake your life on. So I'm okay with them being a little bit slow there for that, and but this is a step in the right direction in my opinion. Obviously you can see it's on my home defense rifles, so it's something that I definitely do like. Now I actually did a video, since we're on a top 5, and I went through this entire build, and I actually debated putting this rifle in here for the top 5 gear. I'm not going to, but we'll run over it real quick. It's got a Gemtech 5.56 can on there, the BCM enhanced lightweight version, 16-inch mid-length with the MCMR on there. The Arrow M4 E1 upper and lower, which are absolutely my favorite right now in terms of like non-billet forged uppers. They're uppers and lowers. They're awesome. Check the video for that. BCM grip, BCM stock. I don't remember who the extension was. I think it's Brownell's mil-spec one, and then a Magpul E-Mag in there, and a BCM bolt carrier group, and that's the Aimpoint Comp M5 on there as well. So that's our top 5, but in true YouTube fashion, there has to be a notable mention as well. If we had to bring in a bonus contender, it would be this guy. It's the Olight PL2 Valkyrie. Again, didn't make top 5, just outside of it, but I think it's important to kind of talk about it because, you know, a lot of people don't like Olight for whatever reason, but a lot of people love Olight. I just tell you guys what happens when Olight stuff is in my possession and I report on it, right? I don't really care either way, but this thing here, 1200 lumens, weapon mountable, takes 2 CR123AA batteries, and the beauty of it is when they're on sale, they've been as low as $59. So compared to some of the other offerings out there that are gonna give you similar types of performance, it's gonna be by far and away the most cost-effective way to get there with a really bright pistol or rifle light. This one's definitely one I would take a look at, notable mention for sure, and it's been a solid performer. If you guys have experience with any of this stuff, absolutely post down below in the comments section. This year we're coming up on 300,000 subscribers. Which is awesome. I should hit that in January. And I want to thank everybody out there for watching these rambly videos that I do out here, sometimes on my deck, sometimes in my green screen room, and just supporting the channel and everything we've done over the years. I couldn't do any of it without you guys. That fact is never lost on me, and I always appreciate every one of you out there watching. And hopefully 2019 will be just as good as 2018 was, maybe even a little bit better. That's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you out there.